This is Nefer, daughter of Aten, with LongWalker. Going to do another reacts today. Today's atmosphere is definitely going to be a lot more relaxed and different than the last live stream, and I think it's important to show that. Different than the last.
Really?
And, you know, it hasn't actually even been that good of a day, but I'm carrying a lot of good energy, and my femininity has been rebalanced, it seems, for the most part. I've been challenged by many things today. They dumped the last of my syrup on the ground, and I've kept my cool through that. I was awake at 3:30 for our prayers and hadn't gone back to sleep until like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Slept for like another hour and a half. So, you know, it's like, it's still good though, you know. It's been trying, but it's been a good day.
It's been a good day for sure.
Carrying good energy because he and I worked out our issues and prayed together. Here we are.
Yep. Another day.
So it's going to be decidedly different. And this morning I was listening to a podcast by Nancy Grace about a really tragic story about a woman who actually killed her own child in a really gruesome way. And while I was doing that, LongWalker found this video, which is hopefully going to be a little bit more uplifting and kind of centers around the child free by choice movement, the dual income no kids movement, and how they use this excuse for not wanting children. And here we're going to see a lady from what I believe is what they would consider a third world country.
Yeah.
To double check that.
Uganda.
I have some information about that after this video. We haven't seen this video, so we'll be watching it for the first time all together. And if she can make it work, I think anybody can make it work here in the Western world without using, you know, money as an excuse.
Exactly.
In the meantime, I am cooking chips for our dinner, so I'm going to be back and forth. I'm going to start this, I guess.
I can get started. There's like 6 lined up.
This lady gave birth to 44 kids before turning 40, and she raises all of them as a single mother. This is one woman's incredible journey of motherhood, but she refuses to be reduced to just that. I'm heading to Uganda to meet her and hear from her kids for what is sure to be an emotional roller coaster. I crossed the treacherous land border from Kenya to Uganda. So we just crossed the border and now we're ducked into this little shop because it's pouring rain. And then ride 4 hours into the center of the country to meet my local friend who knows where to find Mama Uganda. Harriet and I are in a market in a nearby town and we're gonna pick up a bunch of goods and supplies for Mama Uganda.
Yeah.
We got 6 kilos of beef. The bones are flying off and hitting me in the face. Oh, we just bought a whole thing of matoke, which is kind of like plantains.
Very heavy. Ooh.
I say tomato, Harriet says tomato, and that's because they have British English here, right?
Yeah, we speak British English. We say tomato.
What are you doing?
I'm checking whether they are ready.
All the fruit in Uganda is super fresh because we're close to the equator and it's really tropical and humid outside. This has got to weigh like 30 pounds. Everywhere you go in Uganda, there's kids that come up to you and smile. Hello. This little shop is perfect. It has everything we want to buy from Mama Uganda. Salt, sugar, flour, cooking oil, beans. I'm excited to bring it all to her and meet the kids. So we got about a 2.5 hour journey to reach Mama Uganda, starting now. We are getting close to Mama Uganda's village. There's a school right in front of us. We're gonna head in and see if anyone knows her or where she lives. The reason why Uganda is so significant in this story is because Uganda is actually the youngest country in the world. More than 50% of all people in Uganda are under the age of 18. What's your name? Tell me about Mama Uganda.
Mama Uganda is just a lady who takes care of the younger children.
She produced many kids, more than 42. She takes care of the children, giving them food, health, medical. She's a hero.
She's a hero.
So here in the West, we have women always constantly complaining about how hard it is to be a single mother.
Yes.
This woman is literally a mother of nations, and she's like happy. Like usually, that's the first thing you notice.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed when I watched the very short clip that I watched, is how happy she looks.
Yeah, and the kids look happy, healthy.
Yes.
And she did all of this as a single mother. And you can see that they most likely are living what they would consider to be a rough lifestyle. But that's proof that materialism isn't
everything
necessary for happiness,
no,
growth,
not at all.
Health, and
We have finally found Mama Uganda's house. Hi. Nice to meet you. Mama Uganda, you're a superstar. I've heard so much about you.
Never and she's not yet a star.
We actually brought you a lot of stuff.
She's so happy for the food that you have brought for her. Actually, the food will take some months, like 2 months.
It's surreal to think that every one of these kids belongs to Miriam, also known as Mama Uganda. Her oldest are 28 and her youngest are only 6. As a single mother in her early 40s, how on earth does she do it?
For her, she did not plan her own self to be a hero, but it was God's plan that it happened just like that, and she's proud of it. Yeah.
Having so many kids here all the time.
a shout out to WBB Gaming Livestream
And Wolf Boy.
and Wolf Boy Productions for popping in and saying hi. Make sure you go check out their channels.
Yeah.
Is it difficult?
Okay, I'm just gonna say that Guru is homesick today with a fever, so you know, there's that. I don't know what else to say.
Mama, the biggest struggle that she has is to complete the school fees and medical food. Sometimes they lack food.
Mama Uganda's story is a sad one. Forced into marriage at 12 years old, she gave birth 16 times to quintuplets, triplets, and twins before getting abandoned by her husband to raise all 44 kids on her own while working 3 jobs. I wanted to dig deeper and learn more about the reason she's so fertile, a medical condition called hyperovulation as a result of enlarged ovaries.
They told her if she doesn't give birth to those kids or to those eggs, she will have those fibroids. The fibroids will damage her uterus.
Got it.
Yeah, and she will not be able to survive for a long
Got
time.
it. At what age did you have your first kid?
So her first pair of twins, she she got them when she was 13 years old.
Your first kids were at 13, and now how many kids did you have after that?
So she has 3 5 times, 5 times, 2 5 times,
So,
then 1
5
is the
versus
last
3
born.
kids.
So she
5
has
versus-
15 pair of twins.
And how did it?
We gotta go back a little bit, and I don't wanna.
No, I don't want to do that either.
It was like five times with 3 kids, 5 times with 5 kids.
Yeah, see, I heard that she had multiples. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she had 16 different
Yes,
pregnancies or 17 different pregnancies.
16, I think.
But at this point, though, I think she's had one more.
Okay.
But I don't know. No, that wouldn't be right because this was just done, huh?
I mean, that's crazy.
That is. Huh. Oh.
Feel to continuously give birth so many times to so many kids?
Giving birth on the first time, she was very scared because she was like, what is happening? But as it kept on coming on, she kept on moving on.
Do you have any relationship with your mother at all?
That since that day when her mom abandoned her when she was 3 days, she has never seen her mom. That her father is still alive, the one who married her off when she was 12 years old.
How did that happen? Because when you were 12, you probably didn't have much of a choice.
For her, she believes her father sold her because he was given cows, goats, and money. So it's like she was sold off.
Oh, she was sold off
Yeah,
just so the father could.
yeah. Get those
That's
stuff.
terrible. If you don't mind me asking, there's one father to all the kids, right?
Yeah.
And why is he not here helping raise the kids?
The main reason actually why the man
And contrary to, again, the modern woman, she's only had one. She has one father to all these children.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like multiple different men.
No, it's one guy.
Situations,
And then he took off.
And she has, yeah, and he took off. You know, it's like she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And he takes off. Can you scoot back and over a little bit? There, that's better.
Abandoned her because that she produced a lot.
So but they're his kids though.
Yeah.
He just
That
didn't want
produce
to.
a lot, so he has another wife, and the other one produces one. Yet for her
Yeah,
to
but
produce
the man,
many.
he gave her the kids. It was his choice too, the man.
Baana ba Africa baba bakazi baba bawenga bakuze.
Most men of here in Africa, they don't like taking care of their kids. They take care of them when they have grown up. Like for us ladies, they know, yeah, she's going to bring dowry at home, you know.
Did he treat you well in your marriage before he left you? Was he at least nice to the kids? Was he nice to you?
Deka abaana oba naawe mwali mulina enkolagana ennungi.
Kati njagala wetwala omuntu alina emyaka 45.
The man was 45 years and for her she was 12 years. So obviously there's no kind of love. It's like a forced marriage. So there was no good relationship.
So the 45-year-old married the 12-year-old.
Yeah, and the guy had 4 other women, so she was the 5th.
Miriam is the strongest woman I've ever met. Not only because she gave birth to 44 kids, but for everything that she has survived. Listening to her story, I feel a pit in my stomach. But seeing the way she smiles at her children and the way they all smile back, I am hopeful for a better life for this family. She actually has this whole compound, almost like a school or something, that she can have with all of her kids. Mama Uganda is giving us a tour of her house.
Okuva ku omwaka.
So here, young kids that sleep here, both girls and boys.
This is a room for 9 of her kids who sleep here.
There's like an undying joy that she's expressing despite her hard circumstances. It's like anything that's been dealt, she's dealt with it, and she still carries that joy. And she still sees her children as a gift and a blessing instead of a burden. And this is an extreme circumstance.
It is. I mean, that's like insane.
So it's like, you have to forgive me when I read these ridiculous lists that these women have where they say, well, I want to do what I want to do. I want to be able to sleep in. I'm afraid to put a car seat in the car.
I know.
That's
exactly.
the reason. That's the reason.
You don't want to continue on with your given right as a person here on Earth.
Yeah, I mean,
with what you were supposed to do.
It's not even a right; it's like a divine duty.
Yes,
it's been written, better. And it's like I said, there are circumstances in which, even historically, people haven't had children, but they have contributed in some other big way. They've taught children. They've taken care of the environment. Yes. They've done something that serves something bigger than themselves.
They have.
That's okay, but to just do it because you don't want to give up a few things in your life, or you don't want to I'll get the lists later. I'll make a video of this and set it in, because it's like the lists are ridiculous. Like I said, I don't want to. I'm afraid to learn how to put a car seat in. It's not a valid excuse.
No, it's not.
And the other one is the money. Oh, it costs $250,000 to raise a child. Well,
how do you think that woman's doing it?
Right. Where?
I mean, that's one child.
Yeah.
This woman's got 44.
Yeah, and all those children look happy.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that they don't suffer and they all have bad times.
They all look to be clothed.
Yeah.
They all have your basic essentials. She's keeping them somewhere.
She's made her own little city of them.
Yeah.
There's just no excuse. So
no.
There's definitely a Western weakness. When you have to, you get pregnant women even that have to have a, what is that thing? The disability sticker, so they can park closer to the grocery store, so they can walk into the grocery store, just because they're pregnant.
I know, and it's all, what do you call it? It's all like I'm trying to think, like the way that the people are here, especially in the United States. They've all been up on a high horse. It's like entitlement.
Entitlement, yeah.
I mean, it's insane.
And I guess what they would call privilege. There's a certain amount of privilege that happens, but it spoils them. Everybody's here is really spoiled, and they need to kind of put some things into perspective. Yeah.
See, it's kind of like hostel style.
There is her daughter-in-law She's the one who sleeps here, and this young little baby.
So that's her
Grandchild.
Oh, your grandchild.
Yeah.
Mama Uganda, how many grandkids do you have?
She has like more than 10.
More than 10. Okay, we made it to the next room.
There are 12 kids that sleep over here.
So between 9 in that room and 12 here, there's 21 kids already.
Welcome to the kitchen. This is the local kitchen.
You're cooking every day for all these kids.
So they eat 3 times a day, morning, lunch, and supper.
And you have no help.
No, she
Really? Over here is the bathroom. You walk in here, one here, one here. There's a big 5,000 liter water tank right there.
You open it like this.
If this runs out, how do you get more water?
We go and pump water.
Do you take shower with this water?
Yeah, we use this water to take sure.
Is this drinking water too?
Yeah, we can drink it, also cooking food.
We're having a little watermelon party over here with all the kids. This is like one of the best watermelons. It's so
It's local,
sweet.
fresh.
They seem to be happy.
Yeah.
Mama Uganda, is it good? Hey guys, just want to take a quick second and thank Audible for sponsoring this video. Audible offers a wide selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and original titles across all genres. I find that some of their best selections are part of their well-being collection. The narrators soothe, motivate, and inspire in the way that they tell these stories, and honestly, it's really nice to listen to. My personal favorite audiobook to listen to is called Soul Boom by Rainn Wilson. It really shows how spirituality can help us create solutions in our ever-growing world. New Audible members can get a free trial when they visit audible.com/Drew Binsky, which is also linked down below in the bio. All right, now let's get back to Mama Uganda. When they cook here for all the kids, they have to use a pot that big so they can make enough food to feed 40 people.
So the reason why you see them kneeling while peeling matoke, it's a tradition here in Uganda. You have to respect food, so that is a sign of respect.
What makes you happy in life?
Her children make her happy. And also watching the soaps. Even wrestling. Even wrestling. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Mama Uganda's maternal instinct is evident even towards me. While she is cooking, I get a chance to sit down with some of her older boys. What is it like to grow up with so many brothers and sisters?
Sometimes it's bad, but we cooperate and we love each other.
Are you like really close with all of your
Yeah, we are
siblings?
so close. We are so close and we love each other. So,
Do you fight with them?
yeah.
Of course.
We don't fight. We fight sometimes, as you know, brothers and sisters always quarrel sometimes. And the most difficult thing, school fees is too expensive. Yeah, and for now we are at home because of school fees. The mom doesn't have school fees to pay for us school
How
fees.
much is the school fee?
As me, I pay 200k.
For 1 year?
Yeah, not for 1 year, each term.
Each term?
Yeah,
Each
Ugandan
semester?
shillings.
What's the best thing about having so many siblings?
You can't be bored. Always
All right, so where's Mr. Beast for this sort of thing? You know, like you could pay for all of those kids
Yes.
to go for.
I hope
you know?
I hope he helps.
I know. I don't know how much.
I mean, he already paid for a lot of food for him.
Mr. Beast, we're calling you out.
Yeah, Mr. Beast.
It's like he's the only one that I know of it like uses money for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That it's on YouTube. But.
Take my money, that's his
And if we get monetized, we'll do things like that too.
Yeah, we will for sure. That's why you need to check out Wolfboy Productions out there and make sure to subscribe. He's trying to get to 1,000 subs so that we can get him monetized.
We can help people out like this and do good for charity. And, I mean, $50 a year.
No, a term.
A term. I thought you said term, but I mean a year.
Well, this guy said a year, right? And the guy said no, a term.
But still,
But
so
still,
it's
that's
like,
not
what
bad.
is it, like $200 then?
How many
Oh,
terms are there?
I don't
4?
know. I would think. But I mean, still, it's like
Yeah.
incredibly cheap compared to.
And how many of them are going right now?
Right, exactly. It's like you know you're only talking about the older ones.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. I mean, it's amazing the gap between what we consider to be expensive here, what they consider to be expensive there.
Yeah.
And again, people complain more here
I know.
than they do there.
Yeah, you can't be bored when you have many brothers.
What's your favorite game to play?
I not play football.
You like football?
Yes.
You play with your brothers?
Yes.
What do you like about your mom?
She loves us.
6 of them. I can count.
Do you love her?
Yes.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to become an engineer. like in US, those big countries. And also, I want to tell you that I have a YouTube channel.
That's awesome, man. What's the name of your channel so people can follow?
Yeah, it's called Mama Uganda and Family.
Awesome, man. I think it's a great idea. You're 17. I started YouTube when I was 26. So you already have like 10 years to start on me. After bonding with Mama Uganda's son, he wants to show me his gaming business, which sounds really innovative.
People come here and play games. Yeah.
Oh, so you pretty much run like an arcade?
Yeah, 500 each.
So this is PlayStation 2?
Yeah, this is a PlayStation. We'll be making some small money which can help our family.
When I grew up, I used to always play PlayStation 2.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it came into my mind because we have very many young people.
He went to Kampala to buy it, and now he charges for people to play, and then he helps support with food and stuff. That's really cool, man. I need to pay 500 because I'm playing.
Okay.
I'll give you 1,000 for 2 players.
Thank you.
It's your business. I gotta donate. I'm the guy on the left. Okay, let's go. I feel like I'm a kid again playing PlayStation. Dude, you're good, man.
It's true that it's probably best to do it some way like that rather than somebody just coming in and giving a bunch of money, because you know how we even respond to that sort of thing. It's like it makes you feel kind of weird and standoffish. And but if they actually contribute to your business and help, you know, like how we help with the YouTube channel, advertising the YouTube channel and paying for service and everything. I think that's probably better.
For sure.
But, people need to get out there and, like, you know, be more active and support these kinds of people more often.
I mean, we're talking about our own country here, and they want to, we need to, help with people here, and it's like, at least here, most of the people have a better shot.
Right.
Even our homeless population has a better shot than most of these people.
You have the opportunity, and it's like, why not help both? You know, why not be supportive of both? I mean, you're always giving to the homeless out there.
Oh, yeah.
You've been homeless.
If I had a way, I'd be giving to the people, these guys too.
Yeah, and you know, when we have more...
We will.
We will, yeah. But... Hold on a second, people. You can go ahead and hit play for me.
Okay.
I lost. Good game. It was pretty fun to battle against Miriam's son, even though I got my butt kicked. Now we are heading into the nearby town to check out Mama Uganda's small business and learn how she's able to afford raising her kids. I can feel the rain coming and you can hear the thunder. And it's the middle of rainy season right now, so hopefully we're gonna get there in time. It's crazy when you see her walking with all of her kids. There's like so many of them behind her. She holds hands with them.
And everyone is happy, super, super happy.
Yeah.
Are you kind of a local celebrity? Do people know you because you have such a big family?
Everyone knows.
Everybody knows it. You could say one message to mothers out there, how to be a better mother. What advice would you give them?
All the mothers out there, you should learn how to take care of your children, because a child is never a mistake. Even if a man abandons you, at least the little you have, you can share with your kids.
We should probably start running because it's about to start pouring rain. We're all sick.
Or to help them. Like, to send money to them or whatever. We'll post it in the...
Yeah, we'll put it in the description or in the comments.
Soaking wet right now. Just right. Ah! As they say in Africa, when it rains, it pours. Woo! I found one spot with shelter. I wish I was a kid again. You have no worries in the world. You just enjoy what life throws at you and don't complain.
So we are heading to where she works, the small restaurant where she operates.
I have a question about healthcare. So how do you deal with if a kid gets sick? Which hospital do you go to? You know, how they get general healthcare.
When a kid falls sick, she takes them to private hospital.
But doesn't it get really expensive with so many kids?
Most of the time, she buys the drugs and keeps them, and also she gets local herbs and oils. Then if a kid gets sick, she gives them either local herbs or the real medicine.
We're just walking in the town here, and all of our kids.
Prevention is the number one thing. You know, making sure that everything stays clean and people have a good diet. That will eliminate over 50% of the diseases and disorders that people suffer. And then beyond that, yeah, using what nature has given you and the knowledge of your ancestors and herbalists and science-backed information, there's not much that you can't handle to eliminate these kinds of costs.
Exactly, there's not.
Exact same thing that we do out here. We make most of our remedies. We do a lot of prevention. We're very rarely sick. It's just the way, you know?
Are just scattered, running around. Like, this whole place is a playground. So this is your restaurant?
Yes.
We're in the back kitchen and it's pouring rain outside again. The kids somehow knew we were coming here and they all showed up in a restaurant.
Yeah, she's cooking for other people who are coming to have morning breakfast and also lunch.
What are you making?
Matoke, chere. She's preparing meat, chicken, fish, matoke, sweet potatoes, rice, all the local food.
How are you able to cook for other people and your own family every day?
That she's a hardworking woman. After preparing food here, she will go back home and also prepare for her children.
It is just about dinner time here. All the kids are gathered.
It's like when you start doing it for the right reasons and when you do it in joy, all of the time comes to you. Like,
Yes.
Look at, I've already done how many sets of dog food today.
Quite a few, yeah.
I did your hair. I'm working on lunch. I made breakfast for us. You know, and in between time, I listened to stuff from YouTube
and get our channels going.
And yeah, worked on the channels, and we've been communicating, and it's just like been this easygoing, you know. So yeah, you can see that you do it for the right reasons. It's still hard work, but it just comes so much more easily.
Yeah, it just flows.
And you're just much more productive.
Yep.
She's found that sacred niche.
Around sitting next to Mama Uganda. They've been cooking this food for the last few hours, and you could see the size of the pot is huge because he has to feed all the kids here. And this is 3 times a day. But look how much food is needed for each meal. And Mama Uganda has spent the last half hour dishing out everyone's food, and she's making sure all of her kids are fed. It's pretty incredible to witness. And what a scene. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner like this every single day. This is really tasty. It's pilau. The original pilau comes from Uzbekistan. Did you know that?
No.
The first pilau, yeah. This rice is super flavorful. Different vegetables, spices, really tasty. Mama Uganda, how do you feel when you see kids happy and eating?
She's very happy to see that her kids are happy.
This makes me happy also. You should eat now. After literally an hour of giving food to all of her kids, she's finally eating for herself. It is a beautiful thing to experience how kids all over the world will be kids. And I'm having a moment of gratitude for being here to tell this story. Mama Uganda is a warrior, a survivor, and a true legend. And I think it's really important to pay closer attention to African mothers and their needs. These children are the future, and I'm excited to continue watching them grow for years to come. That was amazing. Uganda is a lovely country. It's a country of youth, and that's it. The youth is going to run the world soon. So that's why I came here to tell this story. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video.
The government's decision to extend the middle.
What's up?
She's talking.
I know, just get through it. You know, it's Pokemon.
I said,
it gets better.
Yeah, there's so much talking.
Sorry guys. Oh yeah, in the chat. I did that. Also my friend will play Productions live stream.
Yeah, I see
awesome.
that. Yep.
He's sorry I'm sick.
Subscribe to his channel too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He's the greatest supporter of mine. But anyway, say.
See, it's just like today. It's like I'm having to deal with him. He's sick. I'm still cooking. And it's like for some reason, the more that I do that sort of thing, the more that I do these sorts of like cooking and doing that, it's like I just feel happier, more whole, you know.
Exactly.
Able to deal with the stresses and everything.
No, that's exactly right.
Yep. It's like that's why I even get mad when you start trying to take over my spots and trying to do the things that I do, because it's like it really does bring me a sense of peace and clarity.
Knowing that it's flowing the way that it should.
Also, because for the funny, I told the director He's like, "Are you joining school?" And I said, "No."
What did he say?
And he was like, "Oh, I'm sad to hear that. Remember, I'm always here to talk to if you need therapy."
Nice. So if anybody wants to know, Guru was playing Pokemon Violet.
Yeah.
I think this is... I'm not even going to cook these because these are like dead, so...
So, you done?
I'm done with that.
Good.
And then I have to do the meat portion of it.
Oh, I finished talking to the...
And then we can eat it when I'm done here.
Okay.
So these can sit and then...
So you got a few more videos here that you put together for us, right?
So the next thing that we're going to be taking a look at is how poor, or, I don't really want to say poor, but how under-established this country is in comparison to where we supposedly sit as the shining beacon of power in the United States. So I haven't seen any of these either, and I wasn't really sure if it was what they would consider a third world country. The way that we look at things is a little bit different, so it's kind of hard for me to understand what the value of a place is.
Exactly.
But I just kind of wanted to get a little bit more of an in-depth look, because it talks about poverty levels and...
Okay. Let's see what this is about then.
And so if this is true, then she again stands as a testament that those who do what they're supposed to do and those who take a righteous path and listen to the word of God are going to be protected and brought through. Because from what I'm looking at, she stands alone in all of this. I see there's been a lot of starving children and stuff in the area, so it's like you gotta have faith and do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. Just keep it going.
Yeah.
Income status from 2020 to 2040 is believed to have been a major decision because many are still living below the poverty line. The statistics body indicates that the 7% Ugandans that were critically poor in 2015-2016 have remained the same. The poverty dynamics in Uganda also indicate that even when 10% of households moved out of poverty, 8% slipped into poverty in the year 2019-2020, and the number is expected to rise further to the impacts of COVID-19.
So if you are poor, those people were poor in 2015, 2016, and continue to be poor between waves, they are 7%. There are those who are not poor, but became poor in 2019-2020.
It has been noted that 8 out of every 10 Ugandans have been on the bottom of the 40% quintile between 2015-2016 to date.
See, now, this is why I have a hard problem thinking of it as being poor, because you look at the homeless that we have here, and you're looking at drudgery and dirtiness and disease, and they're treated really poorly by the government.
Yes.
And they don't have good things in their life. And then you look at what they would consider to be poor here, and we're still looking at village life.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the clothes that they're wearing. There's no holes in those clothes. They're not.
No, there's
dirty.
not.
This isn't the lowest of the low or the most poor or something, but what they're portraying here and what they're showing looks infinitely better than our own homeless here.
It's true. Yeah.
They're growing food. I saw that they had corn. That was growing, and the banana trees and everything.
And it's I do believe that a lot of other countries, they take after their people a lot better. Like, if somebody's down, they'll help them out more.
Yeah, communities.
With us,
right.
It's our homeless get driven into caves, get driven into, like we just watched in Las Vegas, under the floods, the floodgates.
Yeah, there was a whole subsection of people living in Las Vegas, right below the strip, where you have all of this money and all of this excess and these pretty shiny lights and this whole different world right underneath it.
The mole people, they're called.
The mole people. And they're living there in the flood tunnels, and they get flushed out when there's floods, and they get flushed out when Caesar's Palace decides that they don't want them there during tourist season or football season or whatever happens to be going on there. But they're there. Yeah. And it's such a stark divide between the richest of the rich and the poorest of the poor.
It is.
And
like I said, it seems like a lot of these places, they watch after their own more.
Yeah.
They help out. They, it's just...
Yeah, we have only, a limited view on it, but it's we'll do some more research and everything. Yeah. But just as a whole, that's what I'm seeing here. It seems like, there's more of a sense of community. They still look healthier. They still look like they're cleaner and they have more principles.
Yes.
compared to what you see in San Francisco, the Skid Row
Oh my God,
of
yeah.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, Los Angeles gotten terrible.
Both those cities
Yeah.
in California. Welcome to California.
Yeah, welcome to California.
We got dogs barking.
I finally did a treasure hunt. Which is a good thing for the entire world. Let's go.
Alright, we're gonna do this howl, I guess.
Let them howl and then we'll go back.
You wanna prepare the meat then?
So much talking to irritate me. I think I have to write my ID guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red enchilada sauce. But I just, that's why I don't have a lot of tolerance for, Western women complaining about the things that
No.
they complain about. Or anybody for that matter out here. The
Yeah.
things that, Jenna used to complain about, I just couldn't empathize with,
No.
Because it's like, this is the reality for so many people.
And I mean, Uganda is not that far from Kenya.
Right.
And I've told my story before, but my,
They're howling with their story.
yeah, hold on a second, I'll say it.
Save that for late lunches.
But yes, my stepsister is from Kenya. She came straight from Kenya. And, I've known a couple of them because from my stepmom, for a good third half of my life. And really nice people, they came over here and they stayed with my dad and my stepmom, because we had an extra room at the time. Now, as soon as she came over, she started seeing, like, the breads that we have and all the foods that we have. She started hoarding the bread in her room under her bed because there, it was like a luxury. You don't necessarily get bread unless you were better off. But here, you can just walk to a store and get it at any point that you want to. So you start seeing the differences.
Cultural differences,
Yes.
yeah. And what we take for granted, the other main thing that stuck out to me with her was the fact that the buses. She
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, you have your own seat. And there's air conditioning. And it actually takes you all the way to your destination almost.
Yeah.
Where they're like rattling through in basically pickup trucks with cages, going into the city. Which, for however many miles. I mean, I don't even know, but, it's dusty and it's dirty and it's loud and there's no place to sit.
Exactly.
And, I remember the stories. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But also, another example of them not wanting to keep to cultural traditions.
Yes, exactly.
They're, like, really kind of, like, shattered in those areas. They're culturally conflicted, I guess you could say. I can't really say shattered because you can see that these people here, they hold strong convictions.
Yes, they do.
But
very.
Sorry.
Right.
Many of the ones that come now, they cling to the Western ways and they ditch their traditions and they're still lost for it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they're culturally conflicted that way.
No doubt. Can you add water to that?
Yeah. We're going to finish this one out. You can hit play for me.
Okay.
And I don't know how much time we've had already.
It's been like a half an hour.
With the rising poverty levels in the country, even the
38
few
minutes.
that have a source of income
You wanna end
spend
after
most
this?
of their money on food. This accounts for about 43%, with 19% of the income spent on housing, water, electricity, and fuel, while 7% is spent on education.
The higher the share of food to the household, the poorer the household is likely to be. So as more households spend more on the food, we expect them to be a bit, because the food is a necessity.
But even with the universal primary education, the country has recorded an increase in school dropouts from 6% that was recorded in 2018-2019 to the current 8% recorded in 2019-2020.
Here, when you look at here, the majority of them were in the northern and the eastern region. That's where a majority of them. And we could see also that the rate of male children dropping out of school is much higher than the female child dropping out of school.
Nasali Fatia.
My name is Salma. My age 15 years old. I was there with my grandmother and then with my grandfather. My village is Amatanga village. My district is Yumbe district. But lifetime get a school, most school before. Cause it's got a number of monkeys or a monkey there. I'm allowed to do while school physio. Because there's a man in Ga, because I'm telling I must go out and
So it seems that the main issue is not so much health care or, raising families in that aspect, the health area, but paying for money for school.
Yes.
And it's just unfortunate they don't have more resources to be able to learn things outside of school. We have the same issue here.
Yeah.
It's really strange. It's like it's a different platform, but we have the same issue here. There are so many people who cannot afford to go to school, and up until recently, people required so much certification.
Yeah.
And then you can't even get a job afterwards to pay back those school loans, so that they're saddled with this debt.
And unfortunately, a lot of our universities and stuff have become a joke.
Right.
So it's like they pay all this money to go, and it's become a woke, mad circus jungle that not even worth it.
Right. And it's like I took higher education classes, and you did too. You went to trade school. You learned 2 different trades in trade school, and I think that's great. And I do believe in higher education. But going to a university here, or, college here, I think they call it college here.
Yes.
Ivy League schools, I am more and more, satisfied with the fact that I didn't go. I had the opportunity to go to UC Davis as well as Fresno for their veterinary program, and for some reason it just didn't click with me. I felt too disconnected from the calling that I had. I'm not going to be able to help as much as I could if I did something else.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And I'm so glad that I didn't, because all of those resources that I would have put into school, I never would have gotten back.
I know, it's true.
And it's like my friend, my good childhood friend, Kimberly, she went to veterinary school, and she got the extra, that she used to call the alphabet soup, all the letters at the end of the name and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know how she's doing now. I don't know if she's in debt. I don't know if they're struggling. I don't know if she's still practicing. I just know that she did it for the wrong reasons. She didn't have the compassion, the insight.
Yeah, she just tried to rush it.
The connection. She didn't have the same kind of connection that I did with animals. But I knew that she could have been good in that setting.
Yeah.
I just don't know how it turned out for her. But
yeah,
it seems like this has been a universal thing, having a problem with paying for education. So people just need to be able to broaden their horizons and learn everything that they can through whatever means that they can. Whether that be Google or books.
Well, see, and the internet has changed a lot of the game too. That a lot of people can learn so much more now through the internet.
Right. So if these people could have access to free Starlink or something and have a certain amount of time in which they can just go take classes and just learn things.
That's another good thing that could come with even Mr. Beast. Is pay for to put in internet cafes in certain bigger villages.
Right, just as it doesn't have to be infiltrating their entire culture.
No.
But so they can just have access to something that's within their means.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds like that would be a good thing.
Iri blanket bavuga iri silaga masoka mwadayolusi iza mwaze barasoka idayolusi anzikila runga kidriba pera soka I was sleepy. My mother is sleeping. And then my grandmother and my sister, they are sleeping up there. Oga palo, ma swatayo, maga, mara kupaga kisuzo kwasa. Jerken kiri, lalaki azir lokira, azirki, amana yurki currently in the kiri. Azirgavanya, azirgate gare, azira bagora bagwenti amasiwaka. Razraki whatever masa community at masjid fase mabuko jisi maru sagunko maru sampuku ama green skin pira zaga da tamano zara kaiko onda samusu read the gas and the down bag the send down over send down Christmas send down I'm talking about the job of this send the cat over Sagamani both the Rakita Kamada.
You're gonna say something?
Wait, no.
It explains why they become so enamored with the Western lifestyle when they first are exposed to it, because all of a sudden there's a bunch of excess stuff. There's stuff where they didn't have that before.
Exactly.
And even in these cultures that has permeated that it's necessary to have money, it's necessary to have stuff. And it's like, it goes beyond survival. So it's like, once the survival is taken care of and there's still stuff to be had, I can see how it can be an intoxicating thing.
For sure it can. And that's what happens with the people living in America too, on a higher level.
Yeah.
The more you get, the more you want.
Right.
But see, most of these people in the third world countries, fourth world countries, they're so blessed to have what they have.
Right.
Like, they know it.
Right.
We've lost that. Most of the people in the States have lost that. We haven't, personally.
Right.
We've got, we've kept that and made sure that.
Gratitude is the only
But
gratitude is the attitude.
Yes, most people within the States have lost it.
Yep.
And that's what makes that greed. That's what hardens that greed and makes you want to continue going on.
Like, with their friends, ex-friends from, up the road, it was the same sort of thing. I couldn't empathize with a lot of things she complained about. And likewise, she complained about not having money.
Yes.
She had her house paid for. She had a car to drive. She had a boyfriend that worked every day to bring home money.
Yes.
They had really nice things. They had 3 or 4 televisions. They had multiple cars. They had, ATV.
Yeah.
And she still complained about money.
All the time.
All the time. And about things that she didn't have. And she even had been given in trade, silverware.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of actual silverware, and she still did not see the value in that. And I don't know much about him. I didn't talk to him too much.
No.
But it seemed like he kind of had the same kind of mindset.
He just kept to himself more than anything.
Mopey. Oh, woe is me. I can't, get. And if they
wanted to act like he could help people with riding motorcycles, and that didn't work.
We have permanent scar and permanent pain from somebody who just said, "Oh, I don't know how to be a good teacher," because that's a valid excuse.
Yes.
So, with people out here in the West, they complain about the stupidest things, and they just don't see the good things that they have. She was like that with good times as well. There was only one time out of 2 years that I asked her how she was doing, and she said, "Oh, I'm doing good." All the rest of the time it was, "Oh, well, not so good. Well, I had a little freak out this morning." Same mindset.
Yes.
And it's like, you're not seeing the good that's happening. She's always saying, "Oh, there's been so much bad that's been happening. It's got to turn around sometime, right?" And I could point out 3 or 4 different things within that time that were good to her, where she had good things. And she was, "Yeah, well, I guess, but,
I know.
Same thing.
Ini bisa berada mana? Ini sih. Nya na ko ni nya la nya. Para kidara. Para kidara nya. Nandro dum sumote drakoto. Amazon sa asusinan rekora. Tesa sumote pia koldo mchoda ko sutika ko. Imustawani azezi mata angala wasema family kiaza ko. Andoku I don't have a daughter.
I wish I could get a job so that I could my family pay for stuff, get more stuff, so that we could get more food. And
right, there's no family-oriented thinking anymore.
Yeah, because she was talking about how, like, they were having good times when her father was making a lot of money, and they had stuff, they had fancy clothes, they had this and that, and it's like, now my father doesn't really make that much, and we don't have anything. I wish that we could, that I could get a job to help.
Yeah, if you do hear about Western children, Western young people out here, if they do want to get a job, it's always, I want to get out of here. I want to get far. It doesn't even matter if they have a brother or a sister or like an invalid mother. It doesn't matter. They just want to get out of there for them. I want to get as far away from here as possible. It's like, I want to get a job so I can make money so that I don't have to live like this anymore.
Exactly.
Totally different mindset.
Yeah.
Give me a second. What?
Did you know something about terror raid battles? They're like the Dynamax.
Oh
battles.
yeah, I have one now.
Oh okay. Are they hard?
No.
Okay, we got a little bit left. Let us get this done.
Okay, got 6 minutes left, and then we're gonna be.
It'll be over an hour.
Zalkara City. That is my name. I'm 16 years old, and then I live in Idaro village. My next school class is Zirga. Andruga, I'm school close of us yesterday. City school German to school man sadu doluntire bus school man dupla do. Diki for madki ala diki dobuku. I just school man child prepare buku da uniform da yala. O dress como akike fawadani ama kitin sitotise atida. Las into the lados cafe matos kakokiti saskisinjoro atekos. Imba plaba toto the kid decorates yato. Saskisem utogadane. What the kid decora. Afe amos gasen sinagakuri. The visit the church ma dara. Office the garda yanwa. The vagafa matavagama and Zagaga. Basil. I'm a pretty school girl. Basil. Like a pretty school girl. I'm to get a bomb did na. Basil Singapore, the Wellas Matelas Gamfuso. Basil Zigala, those sentence, Bams send a digital domatics gam and the Bamfuso. So send to Sudo. Sunflower Abgala. Sunflower Kira Manda Sarah, the violet is dark in Mate Sako. Am I Kusu Senderase? Or Sandra Vagaro, Musba High Coco.
See, no matter what, even if
Amaru Adwan Marsali, and Yamaduga Riki Chiaro, Azi Zokdora, Aluri Kadi Riki Kidu Skuga, Sad Sriga, Lori Makri University, Azi Riki like school.
School Plaza. Kedua dia mamba. Like transport tu semua punya.
Bo, adu semano akan harga anjir ba, anjita wara ba andrla. Dai, mado si fuizo. Man baru kali tiga harga konya. Usunga lugar manu popo. Amecho sa lalu juga konya naga kokoro.
Aku mau lugar school ya. Aku ni nak tahu. Mau school gaya. Aku ni school gaya nak tahu. Aku juga nak tahu. Aku ada film. Madung na beradu dong aku. Ayam dah ujar kuziman. Nada soja. Andole chugara. Ago dos school gala.
Konya nyanya la de dayu. Anji diki andata dan ki abikira ki dafa chudu ki semua ko banda sidar ki tu amachirga asa ko diki luni avocado akwa fruit sidiri kebe papa idakalaga kido choki nyala kile diki mira kido keti nyale ibusru du tamba
ako tado ni jurene mujiro agale sende do aya ako do fela ma do ichugara do manero iferu dirke gato
nganga oposi do anjiki di tamba mai di tamba jonji de berkisi ma do se ma pala gale ma pala lobi abodo sevo ma kusu ade se gale mi feriki gato ade mo ngobu whereas like it's also effect dokovi send the mother that you my bibi yani laziri kayu mado skidriba malaria bimabo kan ku bingoti abo ma ifezoga ma madumvula ama dudu dukuti amado skina bad nyaka oko
to eat.
This is a testament to the power of herbs and traditional medicines, because even the best of medicines, including herbs, need optimal nutrition to work.
Yes.
Like your body won't heal without optimal nutrition.
Exactly.
So the fact that these herbs are keeping things at bay enough, despite not having optimal nutrition.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good testament.
Totally.
Let me go turn this off.
Okay. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Ida masita za zike gipsa satora nguti ya difina za inya ma dila ma enjibani dijadi hima muke un prosegale the same usura ma bala do ma tama bojo set up musu send ku di da ya ne amadu ida ba kebe ma talula adri zonga ijuga la sa mai na jo lobe
ya dova madogo so ala diga do ko zibukula ati zibukula jola do ndo madubukula do si ando ni ke deja ko avale ke desku gale ko do sonja e do ke desku gale no so do babuku do siara
sende serala ijuma chonga ri ki wewe alo mata joda le isile muke iriri mata do ba konya chubale sama tamba jonji dikebe yani todo sasona koza ori ni diki
portaman se ne fuori la bogora mata dosumu bongo bale aya da dosumu bongo azike kita hatera on todo sina iba e do you for the school fees do ati ni kojo do va ko serolajo ale.
Now compare this to here in the West when you have 10-year-olds asking for $50 skin treatments.
Yes.
For their drunk elephant stuff from Sephora. I'm sorry, I know this is supposed to be the School of Basti. I'm supposed to keep my cool, But they're asking what they would do with this money.
Yeah, and they're saying that they would, buy clothes first. Mm-hmm. If there's money left, he talked about school fees. He talked about, getting food for the family.
Yeah, the father talked about fixing up the house and all of these things. But then you have Sephora brats.
Yes.
Want just this whole long list between their, like I said, their drunk elephant skincare and the Ugg boots and everything that is, and then they throw fits over it when they don't get it. That's just crazy.
I know.
I have a message for the end of this all when we're all done here, and let's finish this.
It's like there's no help for them at this time.
That is crazy. Alright, that's for one of our next ones. Any other thoughts?
Just that, ladies and gentlemen, when you, the next time...
We have boys and girls here.
Boys and girls. The next time that you want to complain or you want to, think that you have such a rough life, Just think about what we just watched. If you need to screenshot what you saw and then go back and watch it again when you're feeling down. I mean, your life could be so much worse. I mean, you are blessed to be on this earth at all. And we are not in such a bad time to be on this earth, as long as you utilize every resource given to you and do not overdo technology. I mean, namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about that.
Okay. I think that's pretty much exactly what I was going to say. It's gratitude is the attitude. Put it into perspective. See, what is and what could be. It could be flipped the script here. You never know from day to day. So, be humble and put it into perspective. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So that's it for today's lesson, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to pop in.
Yep.
But I hope that we can continue maybe doing a few of these,
Yes.
Just weigh in on anything that has to do with like feminine value and, putting shit into perspective.
Yep.
So, all right.
And I will always be doing my 2 a week, mine on LongWalker Live. So, tune in for that. Daughter of Otten's always present for those too. She helps me a lot with everything.
We do everything together, build the foundation.
Yep.
And make sure you check out Wolf Boy Productions for more gaming and entertainment, as well as some Bast bits. He's having a hard time over there. All right. Thank you, ladies. All right. Here.